Have you ever remembered something so clearly, only to find out it never happened? Maybe it was a conversation you swear you had, or a moment from childhood that your family insists never occurred. This isn't just forgetfulness. This is something deeper, stranger. What if your brain is fabricating entire memories, not by accident, but on purpose? And what if someone else could do it to you? Today, we're diving into the strange, slightly terrifying world of memory manipulation. Specifically, how scientists have not only discovered that our memories are fragile and easily influenced, but how they've successfully planted false ones. This isn't science fiction. This is real. And it's already happened to people just like you. Let's start with something simple. What is a memory, really? Most people imagine the brain like a hard drive, storing data, replaying it when needed. But neuroscience has shown us it's more like a live theater performance. Each time you recall a memory, your brain reassembles it from scratch, pulling pieces from different regions like sounds from the auditory cortex, images from the visual cortex, emotions from the amygdala. It's not playback, it's reconstruction. And each reconstruction distorts the original. This makes memory shockingly unreliable. In fact, your most vivid memories, often the emotional ones, are usually the least accurate, which makes you wonder, if memory is that malleable, could someone sneak in a fake one? Turns out they can. In the 1990s, psychologist Elizabeth Loftus ran a now famous experiment. She asked participants about real events from their childhoods, confirmed by their families, but she also slipped in one fake event, getting lost in a shopping mall. The result? Many participants not only believed it happened, they gave vivid details about it. They remembered the smell of the store, what they were wearing, even the stranger who found them. None of it was real. Loftus had planted a fake memory, and it stuck. Since then, the rabbit hole has only gotten deeper. Researchers have implanted memories of hot air balloon rides that never happened, of being attacked by animals, of witnessing crimes. And participants believe them. Some even cry during the memory recall. Their brains are activating as if the memory were real. MRI scans show the same patterns as genuine recollection. To the person remembering it, the false memory is real. But how far can this go? Let's shift gears for a second into something more secretive. In the 1950s and 60s, the CIA launched Project MK Ultra, a covert program designed to explore mind control. Using hypnosis, drugs like LSD, and psychological conditioning, they tried to manipulate memories and behaviors. The idea wasn't just to delete memories, but potentially implant new ones. While much of MK Ultra's records were destroyed, declassified documents and testimonies suggest memory alteration was a serious goal. Victims of the experiments have reported years of lost time, confused recollections, and dreams that feel like distant truths. Which leads us to an uncomfortable question. Could false memories be used to control someone? Imagine implanting the memory of a traumatic childhood event. That person might develop new fears, phobias, even personality traits based on something that never occurred. Or consider the legal system. Eyewitnesses are notoriously unreliable. But what if a planted memory leads someone to wrongly accuse another? Or worse, confess to a crime they didn't commit? This isn't just speculation. In 1994, a man named Paul Ingram was accused by his daughters of ritual abuse. Despite having no memory of it, and despite the claims being implausible, Ingram eventually confessed under the influence of intense suggestion and interrogation. He began recalling scenes in vivid detail. Experts now believe these were false memories implanted through coercion. But here's the wildest part. You might already carry false memories without any help from a scientist or interrogator. Let's talk about the Mandela effect, a phenomenon where large groups of people remember something one way when it was never that way. Like the Berenstain Bears verse, Berenstain Bears, or remembering that Monopoly's mascot wears a monocle when he never did, or recalling the famous line, "Luke, I am your father." That line doesn't exist. It's "No, I am your father." So what's going on? Some say it's evidence of parallel universes, but scientists point to the same core idea: your brain fills in gaps. It reinterprets what you see and hear based on context, expectations, and group influence. In short, your memory can rewrite itself to match the crowd. And that leads us to the ethical cliff. Now that we can implant memories, should we? Could it be used for good? Imagine erasing a war veteran's trauma and replacing it with peaceful recollections. Or helping someone lose their fear of dogs by planting a memory of a loving pet. Some researchers are exploring memory editing tools, even using optogenetics in mice, essentially turning neurons on and off with light to manipulate memory recall. But what happens when this technology gets out of hand? What happens when it ends up in the hands of marketers, politicians, or rogue states? We're entering a future where the line between real and fake in our own minds is getting blurry. And if our memories shape our identities, our preferences, our values, our fears, then manipulating them isn't just about controlling what we remember. It's about controlling who we are. So next time you're absolutely sure something happened, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, did it really? Because the truth is, our memories aren't perfect recordings. They're stories we keep rewriting. And sometimes, without knowing it, someone else might be holding the pen.